Hooray indeed. Hi, everybody. We're live.
Yay!
Welcome, welcome. HB Hag says greetings from Southern Hoth. Is it cold where you are? Is that what I am to believe?
Steve, is it cold where you are?
It is cold where I am, but it's colder where you are, which is unusual because you are in you're in the subtropics. You're down there in,
I'm in a temperate zone just like you, dumbass. Hi, everybody. But yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's because you said it was 8 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning for you.
It was this many. It was this many today.
It was 8 at 8. And it was 8 for HB Haggett too. Look at that.
Oh yeah,
8 with wind chill to -10. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sean, you're absolutely right. Yeah, well, I will say, minus the snow here in North Georgia, it's just it melted a little bit and then it refroze, so it's ice. So yeah, there was no school today, to my knowledge, or yesterday, and of course no school the day before. For
no school on Monday because it was a holiday. Yeah,
we didn't have school Friday either.
So I mean, do you even remember how to get to school?
It's right there. So anyway,
you give me nothing. You don't work with me.
No. I make you earn it.
You Steve. Do. You make me earn you make me fight for every inch.
You don't have to fight for it. You have see. Here's the thing. I believe in you. You don't have to fight for it.
Oh.
You don't have to fight for it. You are that good. But when you offer me shit, I don't accept it.
Okay, fine. Okay. Anyway,
hope I don't get fired for that little S-bomb.
You're loosening the. I'm not going to tell on you.
No, you're just going to put it out into the world on the internet, Steve. Once it's on the internet.
Ooh, she said shit on the live stream. Oh no.
So, but yeah. So, I think I told you that we have a 2-hour delay for tomorrow.
Yes, you mentioned that earlier. Yes.
Which I can manage, despite the fact that it means that my planning period gets chopped in half while the afternoon classes are just full length. And that also means that my morning English class is half its length, while my afternoon English class, which theoretically is doing the same thing, is regular length. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. I'll make it work somehow. Not really sure how, but whatever. The plan at this point is to jump to not this past Friday's lesson, but to Tuesday's lesson, which would be fanboys, because I can do that either half or whole, whatever, we can make that work. And then on Friday, go to last Friday's lesson, which is the book, the book tasting, and they choose their choice books, because that's going to take the entire 90 minutes.
And just so people who aren't familiar with your teaching methods or some of the videos on your channel, fanboys does not refer to like
us
nerdy fans. It refers
male
to
nerdy
an acronym. Fans. Yes, indeed.
For and nor but or yet so for the coordinating conjunctions. And one of the reasons that I like this, that's actually the second thing in my grammar, technically not teaching, but reteaching for 10th graders. The first thing is please, 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 for the love of all that you consider sacred, capitalize I when you use it as a personal pronoun, including in contractions, but not in the word in, or the word it, not there, or the word like impossible or something. Only at the beginning of the sentence or in the title. Oh, gravy. At any rate, so there's a 2-hour delay scheduled for tomorrow. Yeah. The counties around us have closed, so I'm thinking there's a good chance that we'll close.
They might just call it off, yeah.
What has gotten my back up about this is that the announcement in which they said that we have a 2-hour delay tomorrow, they said, oh, by the way, we're not offering bus service to Lookout Mountain. I'm like, if you can't get the kids to school,
yeah,
cancel school.
Call it a day. Yeah, exactly.
Just cancel school.
Yeah.
Oh, and I mean, and there's no good answer, because like some businesses will be closed, some will not. And so like if you're a parent who doesn't have other childcare, like Tuesday and Wednesday have been a huge challenge, like maybe even Monday because it's a federal holiday, but that doesn't mean that all businesses are closed. Oh no.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people still had to work. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so yeah, Mr. I Love the Ants, the book tasting. So what I do is I put I usually have their desks grouped in fours. And then at each group of 4 desks, I put 10 books. So around the room, there are 7 sets of 10 books. So 28 books are out. And then I give them 10 minutes at the table that they're at, which is their assigned table. They're not assigned seats, but they are assigned to a table. At their assigned table to look through the books, look at the front cover, look at the back cover. If it's a hardcover, read the end flap. And maybe if you can, read like a sentence or two. But do that for all of the books at the table. And then okay, you got 1 minute left. Rank your top 3 books. So 1, 2, 3, put the name of the table, their color. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. There you go. So name at the purple table, I like these 3 books were my favorite. And then you go to the next one. And then after everybody's rotated all the way through, then I say, all right, at the end of it, list your top 3 titles and tell me which table they were from. So like from the purple table, top 3 titles overall out of all the books, and then also tell me which table they were on so that I can find them. And then I will assign you one of probably your top 3 choices. Right. So, and I've always been able to do one of their top 3. Not everybody has gotten their top pick. Of course, sometimes students have the same top, book out of all.
Sure.
Of them.
So that's why you have them pick multiple ones.
Exactly. And so, but I've been able to, it takes me a little bit because I'm like, okay, this person had this as their first, and this is their second, this person has this as their first, and this is their second, but they have a different third. Now let's see as I'm going through it, if somebody else has what they have as third as their first, and it's incredibly convoluted, but everybody ends up with one of their top 3 books as their independent reading books, and they have chosen. So yeah, that's what a book tasting is. And you can go do that tomorrow. Maybe Friday, depending on how things go. And it looks like temperatures are supposed to rise throughout tomorrow. So, yeah. Brinpoo, I have no idea.
I think it's because people just type fast and they forget. I do that sometimes when I'm typing. If I, like writing a script or something, sometimes that's a very, not just that particular typo for no one, but things like that where I'll forget to put a space in between 2 words, especially if it's a short word followed by another word. I think it is what it is. Probably accounting for some of it.
Huzzah!
Pizza
time, pizza night. I hope y'all have your pizza. No one knows. Nicely written, Mr. I Love the Ants.
And a clone of Jonathan. Yeah, well, we will be watching the last time on. So, and mine lets me rewind.
Ooh, I need to rewind because I'm at 2. Where's my back 10?
Yeah, mine lets me rewind.
Okay, so yeah, now I'm at 0. Yeah, by the way, folks, make sure you're Deep Space Nine. We are on season 5, episode 1. That you're at 0000.
Yes, indeed.
Very important. Oh, David, congratulations on that catch. That's
buffering is buggering.
An important distinction great. Between those 2 words. Whew.
That's great. Well, 255 AD. I'm sorry to hear that, but I mean it is what it is. Like, I mean, I am not ready to hit the panic button yet. I am not like ready to say like, no, all hope is lost, because as I've said to you and to everybody, within the last several weeks, we're still a long way off,
Amen.
It's still been a while. We still have a while to go until the election.
Yeah, a lot.
But yes, as I said in that video that I put up on Monday, like for purely political reasons, take the morality out. Like of course there's a humanitarian reason and a moral reason why I would love for Biden to demand a ceasefire from Israel. But even putting those aside, for purely political reasons, he should do it to ensure that there isn't a mass stay home movement among voters who otherwise would have voted for him. Now a lot of people who are saying, well, I'm not voting for Biden, probably wouldn't have voted for him anyway, because a lot of far leftists just don't vote for Democrats and make a virtue out of that, which is something that really annoys me about the far left. But a lot of people probably weren't going to vote for him anyway. But the danger is a lot of people who were going to vote for him will say, this is too much. I can't look past this, so I'm not going to vote for him. And if enough of them do that to make a difference in the outcome, then that's a really, really bad thing. So that's just for purely political reasons. I would love for Joe to say, you know what? I've had all I can stands and I can't stands no more. I've tried to be a good ally to Israel. I've tried to be supportive, but they have crossed the line. And I can no longer support them.
I have been a good ally.
I have. Oh boy, yeah, has he ever?
Well, not only that. Here's the thing. Being an ally to Israel does not mean going along with whatever the Israeli government decides.
Well,
ultimately,
historically in the United States, that's what it has meant. That's not what it should mean, but that's historically in the United States, that's what it has meant.
Historically, that's what we've done. That's not what it means. Being an ally to a nation means acting in what you believe is the best interest of its people, not necessarily its government.
I agree. I agree. And I think that's how that is one way that Biden could frame it. Because of course the immediate, I mean, look at how the Israeli government has tried to do like a character assassination on South Africa for its argument before The Hague this past week, or last week, I guess it was. But I mean, and those, those proceedings are up on YouTube. You can watch them. You can see everybody's presentation. You can see what South Africa did. You can see Israel's response. You can see, what Great Britain said in support of Israel. You can say what Ireland said in support of South Africa. You can see everybody who spoke at those proceedings. You can see, and I mean, I didn't see any. I mean, granted, I'm not necessarily the best judge because I'm not Jewish, but I didn't see any anti-Semitism. I didn't see any, evidence that like the South African delegation is colluding with Hamas. They hardly even mentioned Hamas in there. They weren't trying to justify anything Hamas has done, the South Africans. They didn't say like, and therefore Hamas is completely justified to do it. They barely even mentioned Hamas. They may not have mentioned Hamas at all in their presentation. It was all about, look, there's nothing that what Israel is doing, there's no justification for it. Like,
it's wrong.
Period. Even if Hamas is and as I have made clear in my videos, I am not pro Hamas in the slightest. But I mean, even if everything that Israel says about Hamas is true, and they are guilty of everything that Israel says they are, and they're every bit as evil and terrible as Israel says they are, that it makes no difference, because they're not just killing Hamas, they're killing innocent people, and you don't get to do that. So,
and I mean, it comes down. I mean, in war, and even in a non-official war, but like armed conflict, there are going to be civilian casualties. And,
yes,
unfortunately, it does come down to how much are we willing to accept? And I think at this point, the answer has to be not this much, too much, gone too
exactly.
far.
Exactly.
I mean, it's Saving Private Ryan dealt with exactly this. Like numbers, except they were people who were in the military. How many soldiers should be sacrificed to rescue this one other soldier?
Right.
So the issue behind it is similar, even though you're dealing with people in the military and not civilians. But I mean, the basic premise is, how much is okay? But I think at this point, we're pretty much to the point of not this much. We are past the point of okay. We are past the point of okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We're beyond any,
Yeah. It's just so obvious to me. Now 255 asks if we can just do DS9, but I do want to do. It's only 6:14. I do want to do one more thing at least.
Oh yes, you wanted to take a little survey or take a little poll, right?
Yeah, and have people maybe have it kind of percolating in the back of their minds during the episode.
Yes.
Remind me, but before we get to that, I do want to ask you how your week has been.
Oh, it's been fine. It's been good. I finished all my actual video editing. I actually managed to finish it over the weekend. So this week, in terms of like work for the channel, I have been just doing nothing but writing, because the next Trek Actually video comes out next week, and it is it's who are star. No. Because the script is getting long. I'm afraid I might have to, and I'm not going to be able to work on it much tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going back and doing the first Star Trek retro review of the year. So I'm going to be working on that most of the day. So I'll have to finish writing the script for the Trek Actually that I'm going to shoot this weekend on Friday. And I don't have any worries that I know I'll be able to finish it, because I'm close to the end. I still have a good bit yet to go, but the end is in sight. But there's a lot of it. Yeah, there's a lot of it. And I may have to go back when I finish it. I may have to go back and see if I can trim some out. We'll just have to see. But it's who are Star Trek's greatest BFFs. And, there's a lot of memorable friendships in Star Trek shows throughout the years, and I'm only hitting on the major ones. I'm not like doing every single one. I even put a little bit in the script near the beginning where I say, okay,
look, I realize I might not get all of them. I won't get all of them.
The purpose of the video is not to just do a comprehensive list of every single example of a thing. I'm only going to hit the major ones. If I leave out your favorite, nothing personal. Like, it's not because I hate you or because I forgot. It's because I don't want to make a fucking 8-hour video where I just list characters from Star Trek. Anyway.
Blah, 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 blah. Although you have a very nice voice. You could blah, 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 blah in a very, enjoyable manner, I'm sure.
I appreciate you saying that, but I don't want to make those kinds of videos where I'm just blah, 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 blah.
So you're talking about cutting it. Are you talking about like cutting the script, or about shooting it and then going through and seeing what you want to take out?
At this point, I'm talking about cutting the script, but I have done that in videos before, even in scripted videos. Like usually, like when I do, the only non-scripted Star Trek video that I do regularly is the comment responses, and those, I mean, I chop those up mercilessly. Like sometimes I'll shoot like close to 90 minutes or even longer of raw footage for those, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not releasing a 90-minute video, and I will chop it down to my goal is always under an hour. And once I get it under an hour, then I go back and do another pass and say, okay, how much shorter can I get this? And with scripted videos, I usually don't do that. Usually when I get to the point with a script where I'm ready to shoot it, I'm going to shoot the entire script and use the entire, I always shoot the entire script, but I'm going to use the entire thing. But every once in a while, I will be editing and I'll realize, oh, I can just lose this whole bit. And it'll be better. It'll be better. And not only will it be shorter, it'll be better. I can just, lift this whole chunk out and it'll be fine. So yeah. And the way this video is structured, I might be able to do that. But I would rather, if I finish it and I go back over it and I think this needs a trim, I would rather trim it in the script stage, than, trim it in the editing stage.
Okay, fair enough. Empire Jeff, I will point out, you say brevity is the soul of wit, but of course, Steve has no soul.
Wow. Well, the metaphorical soul.
Yeah, not one of those either.
I don't even have a metaphorical soul.
Nope. But I also wanted to touch on,
yes.
I mean, you were aware of this, and I think I have mentioned it on the channel before, but I'm a capitalist, Steve.
Yes, in a very specific way.
I have investment income.
Yes, yes. Oh, that's true. You are you are a member of the leisure class. You have passive income that you did not work for.
Nope. In fact, it is income that I didn't work for, and it is based on an inheritance.
Yeah. And by the way, can I just say,
can I stop you?
No, I mean, one day I will have a similar inheritance. I don't have it now because my dad has it, and hopefully my dad continues to live a long, long time. But my grandmother had owned stock that paid a healthy dividend. And then when she died, it passed to dad. And when dad dies, my brother and I will split it. Like I'll get half and he'll get half. And I just want to say, I'm looking forward to that and don't intend to feel the least bit guilty about it, but go ahead.
Well, I don't actually feel guilty about it, but so this inheritance, it usually so apparently they had a good quarter because we got like $100 and change. Usually it's about 80, so there's like a smidgen more. There have been times it's been down to 50. I'm like, oh, they didn't do so good. So but what I like to do with that is, like, since I didn't work for this money, is I'm going to, that's the amount that goes into a donation to somewhere. And so I'm going to put a couple of links in the chat, but my thought, since like literally it just came today, I was like, okay, so I'll let the chat vote on it. And so my thoughts, two options for this one, both local, the Chattanooga Food Bank and the Rossville Public Library. Both of them are organizations that I've helped out and or worked with and or volunteered with or still volunteer with. I'm not currently volunteering with the food bank, still working with the Rossville Public Library, that I interact with on a regular basis. Both of them do wonderful things for our community. So I'm going to put those links in the chat. I'll have one for the main webpage of the Chattanooga Food Bank, and then I'll have the webpage for the Rossville Library. There's not a whole lot of information on there, so I'm also going to include a link to their Facebook page, which I think, since I'm a moderator,
I think you should be able to put those.
I think I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
So for this week, Steve, will you go ahead and explain the process of how to do all the stuff? Please.
Yes, I will explain to everyone how this whole watching along thing works. So hopefully everybody has the episode queued up. We're watching Deep Space Nine, Season 5, Episode 1, Apocalypse Rising. So if you have not done so yet, call up the episode on whatever platform or medium you intend to watch it with us and have it ready to go and paused at 0 right at the very beginning. And what's going to happen is when we are ready to begin watching, I will give us a countdown. I will say 3, 2, 1, play. And when I say play, we all hit play at the same time and we can watch synchronized or mostly synchronized with each other. And just in case you're a little bit out of sync, or maybe you have to pause and leave the room and come back, or whatever happens, there will be a time code. It's right up there above us in the top portion of the video screen, and that will be the time code of the episode as we are watching it. So if you need to catch up or you need to resynchronize or whatever, that is how you will be able to do it. So Dana, I see your links are posted.
Mm-hmm. So please just post in the chat whether you think I should give to the food bank or the library. And Steve, I have a favor to ask.
Yes, of course.
Because I know you are so responsible. Will you keep a tally for us? I mean, because theoretically, I'm paying attention to the show closely, somewhat. And also, if you're like tallying votes, then there will be less chitter chatter between us, and I can pay more attention also to the episode.
You know, I'm looking in the chat. You can start a poll.
You can? I can't.
Yeah,
maybe
but I can. But the poll, you can only do yes or no. So is there a way that you can I phrase the question like
vote? You know, yes, vote yes for the food bank, since I posted that one first. Vote no, and a no vote will count for the Rossville Public Library. There we go. So how should Dana donate her capitalist ill-gotten gains, or ill-gotten capitalist gains? I think that scans a little bit better. How about that?
Well, I'm not writing any of that, but thank you for.
Oh,
I only have 100 characters.
Gotta limit.
And I want to put some of it. Some of it is the explanation. I'm just putting Dana's donation. Vote yes for the food bank and no for the library.
There we go.
Okay, let's see how this works.
That works. Fun.
There. So there's the poll.
I'm not going to vote.
So go ahead and vote for whichever one you think. Oh, there's votes coming in already. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I can't see. Oh man,
it's a horse race.
Wait.
It's a horse race.
I gotta wait. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Well, let's start the episode so that I have something else to entertain me from the thing that I can't see.
All right.
All I see is how many votes there are.
Let's get ready to watch. Are you ready, Dana?
I am so ready.
Okay, here we go.
Let's get the show over with. I mean, on the road.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Dun, dun, dun.
I got the trots.
You do hear that kind of bubbly sound that you
right?
get when it's like, oh. He was weighed, measured, and found wanting.
We've made him naked.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Well, I don't like the captain's orders.
Oh, we're both with Worf. We're in the same room.
That's nice.
Uh-oh.
Dun dun
Bum, bum,
dun.
bum. Snake bit cat.
Snake
That
cat.
is the coward's way.
Well, not only that, but like I get not donations, but I get dividends once a quarter, so like once every 3 months. So, just like remind me, and next quarter, I can give it to the other one. Yeah. I think the last one I gave was to the American Cancer Society. So yeah, it varies.
Hello, Azalea, and hello, Caitlin. Glad you could both make it. If you need to catch up, there's the time code up there.
It's okay. We don't check your punch card. Shh, we won't tell anybody.
Right. We won't tell the boss.
Besides, we just now got to the credits, so
yeah, you haven't missed a whole lot. Important. We are taking a poll for who Dana should donate her dividend
capitalist
payment to. Yes. So the poll is there.
Also, the other thing is it's cold.
Yes. So that's yeah. It's pretty much now you're all caught up. Ta-da! Where should Dana donate her money? And it's cold.
Yep. Also, afterwards, I want to talk about Nicey's speech because that was pretty awesome.
Oh, okay.
I'll probably forget, though. I mean, my 2 cents, I think it's possible. I've never personally tried it, so I can't say for certain, but
eating books.
I have eaten paper from time to time. Not recently, but as a kid, you do stupid stuff.
I mean, according to the Gold Rush, you can eat a boot, so I'm pretty sure you could eat a book.
Well, no, but stay here for an hour and you will be. And their money. Maybe he's forgotten how, because, he's got muscles now instead of just, goo. Yeah, Greg, we're so I've got it pulled up in a different window. Like, you don't have to just watch the YouTube thing. Like, actually, I'm really bad about this. So I've got the chat in this window, and I've got DS9 over here, and then I've got Zoom over here, and then behind it, what's behind this? This is something that I wasn't doing. I think that might have been where I pulled the links from. Oh, my music folder is open. Why is that open? I don't know. Anyway. It fizzes!
Stella Artois, where would I be without you?
Dear. I was figuring it was sparkling wine. Oh, God, beer. I don't like beer.
Then I almost died.
Most humans do. Yeah, good job. Well, and then also there's, stomach bugs and such.
Yeah.
Also, Greg, it's available. We're getting it through Paramount Plus. So if you have a subscription to that, you can watch it there. When was the last time you did something like that? Not.
Well, he's changed into stuff before. He changed into chairs and glasses and birds.
Yeah, but not often. I mean, my dude, can you not come up with another maybe possible plan?
Well, they are, because he can't do that no more. Why would they want to detect tachyons?
Well, because they don't want to be tacky. They want
good point.
style. Yo ho, yo ho. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum.
We kill
See,
everybody.
there you go. There you go. Blorp. Well, we're not assassinating Gowron.
We're assassinating the Changeling.
Exactly.
Green Goblin pumpkin bombs. Sweet.
No, they're those thingies. The Star Wars version.
Thermal detonators.
Thermal detonators. There you go, man. I can't believe that.
I like Green Goblin pumpkin bombs better.
You would.
Azalea, that's perfect. You know what it takes to expose a changeling? It takes brass balls to expose a changeling.
Thank you, David C. Drake. Again, not Gowron. Suck it up, Buttercup. Oh, I know. The ship.
Fly a spaceship there. And, you know, 255 AD, not only does Colomini have that story, but Avery Brooks, one of Avery Brooks's conditions for even auditioning for this show was tell them they're not going to put anything on my face. So when he found out he had to wear Klingon makeup for this, he was not too happy. I love that.
But it
what?
I mean, Keiko is a very understanding woman.
Oh, look, it's the baby daddy.
Yeah, Caitlin, get him with that wrench. In the billiard room. I want selfies. Okay, you can take pictures of our corpses.
You can take all the pictures you want, yeah.
We won't, obviously, we won't object when we're dead. I appreciate nothing, because that's my reason.
David, I think this is the second appearance of Damar. He was introduced in the episode from the previous season where Dukat got the bird of prey.
I'm simply confident. Oh. Steve, so you said this might be the second appearance of...
I think it is the second, yeah, of Damar, yeah.
So, but was the first one on... Did we watch the first one on
Yes, we watched the first one, yes.
Okay.
Remember when Kira was on the ship with Dukat, and Dukat was the captain of like the crappy little transport ship, and then they captured the Klingon ship?
Nope.
Okay, well, we watched it.
I will take your word for it. Guess what? I don't feel great. Listen to me, of course, accept what I say.
The delightful subtext of this scene is that in real life, that's Alexander Siddig's baby.
You got me pregnant.
You're the reason we had to write this shit into the show.
They have to. Or will we be too busy laughing?
Oh, no, I've got their old faces in a drawer in my office. I'll put them right back on.
I want to take this face off.
Are those the only two options? Look eye. Always look eye. Worf relishes his role as a Klingon drill sergeant. Just imagine the biggest asshole you could be and multiply it by 100.
And do that. Why can't it be both? They don't apologize.
George W. Bush is in the chat, everybody. Mr. President. And apparently he just finished watching Enterprise, so, which is appropriate because it was released originally during his presidency. So
he was busy.
Yeah, probably didn't have time to catch it. So suck it up.
Buttercup.
And look, dude, if it comes to this, you've only been human a few months. I'm pretty sure I can beat the shit out of you.
He's not good at moving his muscles around.
Exactly.
Ooh. All of a sudden, my right hip is saying it is not happy.
Duh. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, definitely not working. That works too.
Or that.
Yeah. And Caitlin, yeah, I agree. I'm actually not nearly as big a fan of season 4 of Enterprise as a lot of people are. I don't think it's even close to the best season of that show. But that two-parter right before the series finale is very good. And yeah, to follow that up with the last episode that they had is, yeah, it's it's quite a step down.
And if you fail, you'll be dead.
I just love Ducat saying, "Oh, I'm not coming back. Why should I come back? You're going to be dead anyway."
We didn't say sloppy.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. Klingon's gonna Klingon.
Yeah, I mean, what? So he'd get killed? Children, go where I send thee.
By the way, I just want to say congratulations to Jake for the wardrobe department finally just letting him wear normal ass clothes.
I mean, adolescent style. That's all we have to say, okay?
No more jumpsuits with weird shapes. They're like, let's just put him in normal clothes, for Christ's sake. I think Cisco's going to stay Klingon after this. He's like, this is great. All I have to do to fit in is just randomly start fights with people.
Yay!
By the way, you might have missed that detail. The guy that the Klingon was bragging about killing was someone that Cisco went to school with. Yeah.
Went to the academy with. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that. I'll probably forget it though.
Well, it's not super important. Wonder how much of this is backwash. Well, they've drank all of that Kool-Aid and they're still not dead. These are tough motherfuckers.
Here, let's have some expository dialogue.
What's up? Oh, hey, Captain Cisco. Hey, wait a minute. Mr. I Love the Ants, I don't think they're supposed to be. It's just that the main characters are mostly humans, so they always win fights against Klingons. Oh, thanks, Caitlin. I didn't notice that. I'll refresh it. There we go. Not by me.
Were they
and
like
your Irish accent?
Because
Chocolate orange, armed.
Dun dun dun.
Uh-oh. You fucked up now, Odo. I use it to pulverize my kidney stones, if you must know. Kill your own Vulcan and take his thingy. Oh, yeah, fashionably late, but here he comes.
Sure, I can feel your teeth.
Mr. I Love the Ants like a true Klingon warrior. It's because of you, the fans, that we do what we do.
Doing poems.
A handshake from Paul Hollywood. Come forward, Tin Man! Come forward, Cowardly Lion! All I gotta do is activate the electric nose hair trimmer. Just give it to one of the others.
It's not that difficult.
Just one random Klingon in the background silently shaking his battle axe. Yeah! Okay, get the eyes ready. Yeah, buddy.
And your house.
And your house. My man. Snake Big Cat, I remember that. I also remember his monologue where he talked about a bunch of Star Trek stuff and got it all wrong.
Oh, what fun.
Yeah. Lua Lira's, no, we're not raising money or anything. We're just doing a watch along of Deep Space Nine.
Oh, but if you're looking at the poll, I have
yes.
some money that I'm planning to donate, and I'm asking people for their feedback.
Yes. We were just cosplaying, okay? Since now? Okay. Works for me.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, is that the best you can do with that line? You want to take another run at that, kid? Oh. Mr. I love the answer. They can tickle him.
Always an option.
Try to hold your shape while I'm tickling you.
Liberateur. Pardon me? Okay.
Worf.
Nah. Squidge.
Well, that's pretty good evidence right there. The other Klingons are like, you don't have to tell us twice.
Caitlin, I always thought it was peanut butter.
I was going to say the same thing. Worf's still getting used to being on Deep Space Nine and being allowed to win fights. That's the thing, is, he hesitated.
No makeup. They made me say that.
Yeah.
Give me different makeup.
The end.
Yay.
So
okay, wrap this up because I actually need to take some medicine. I can feel.
Okay, well, real quick before we play Wordle, what did you think of that one?
I really did.
Yeah,
I thought that was a nice little twist that they had. Because I mean, honestly, it really wasn't necessary. They had enough going on, developing with the conflict with Gowron, who ended up being Gowron. So
right.
That was fun.
Oh,
what was the name of the Klingon hair product trader from Ensign's log?
Oh, I can't remember.
What? That's my line.
I can't remember. Now, when did you want to call the poll? Did you want to call it now, or did you want to wait till the very end?
So my clock says 7:11. Let's call it at 7:15. So if you still haven't chosen between whether I should, and it's just for this quarter, because I'll get another check in another 3 or 4 months. However, I don't know if it's. I mean, I'm guessing it's per quarter. They just show up when they show up. I really don't pay attention. So yeah, and I've donated to both before, so it's not a big deal either way. But just for this quarter, whether I'm donating to the library or the food bank. So yeah, you've got 3.5-ish more minutes, and then we will close the poll.
And we'll call it.
Yes, and you'll have to let me know which one it was because I can't see that.
Of course. I will just say,
what else?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You will just say.
At the moment, it's not super close.
Okay, well, don't tell me more. All right. So 33 votes are in. I closed the poll, so I can't see it. Yeah, it went away. I was gonna say, you know what else? Oh yeah, you know what else I can't see?
What?
The Wordle board.
That's right. We are going to play Wordle. So let me explain how Wordle works.
Look at that segue.
That's a beautiful segue. Let me explain how Wordle works, and then by the time I'm done explaining it and we're getting started, it'll be time to close the poll, and we can reveal the lucky recipient of your ill-gotten gains.
Woo!
So we are going to play Wordle to finish the show, as is our custom. This is today's Wordle from the New York Times, and the way this works is Dana does not see the Wordle board. She is only going by my description of it, but Dana will be taking the lead as far as, what our guesses will be and that sort of thing. If you have not played today's Wordle and you would like to play along with us, we welcome that. Please feel free to throw in your suggestions and guesses in the chat. The only thing we ask is that if you have played today's Wordle and you know the solution, please do not give it away, and also do not give us any hints or anything like that. We're gonna play it fair and square right down the middle.
Yeah, if you've looked at like sort of a hint board or something like that, something that narrows down the choices.
Right, exactly. So let's go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and play Wordle. Let's go ahead and play Wordle, and at quarter after, I will end the poll, and then after we have solved the Wordle, I will reveal the winner. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. So, shall we begin?
Yes, let's. HEART with my traditional starter.
Heart.
What do we got?
Oh, okay. Well, it gives us an R and a T both in the right spot.
Woo!
So
but no
nothing
H-E-A.
else, no H, E, or A, but we know that it ends in RT.
Okay, I have a guess, but let's go with LIONS. No.
Okay.
No. I want to jump ahead. Clump.
Okay. You want to try clump? Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's try clump. See what that gives us. Oh my. Oh shit. Okay. Well, it gives us a C and a U both in the right place.
Yes. All right.
So now we know that
my second guess actually was going to be blurt, but that's interesting. Okay. So
yeah, it's C something URT.
Well, it's not clump, and it's not. We don't have an N. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, it could be court, David C. Drake, because we didn't guess that.
Yeah, I think it's got to be court. I think it's got to be
because I can't think of a letter combo. I mean, CH is common, but obviously with heart we ruled out the H. So you wanted to go with court?
Let's go with court. Okay, here we go. COURT, and that is it.
Woohoo! Go team us!
Huzzah! And the results of the poll are in. And with 62% of the 37 votes cast, thanks to everybody who voted, and with 62% of the vote, the winning option is the food bank.
All right. Okay.
So there we go.
Yay us. And thanks everybody for voting. So yeah, I may actually do a video about that and talk about that. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. 255 AD says, I've been doing this thing where I keep gauging how optimistic I should be about 2024 based on what political content creators I trust say. Do you think that is a mistake? Yes.
Yes. 100%.
Because we don't know anything more than anybody else.
Well, I mean, my thing about it is the word should. I'm like, look, just be how optimistic you are or not. It doesn't, you just, however you feel is how you feel. Your feelings are valid, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I guess don't rely on your feelings too much to make decisions because they're not entirely logical. Like inherently, feelings are not logical. They're feelings,
and
not logical.
And I mean, so. and look, I get anxious around elections for obvious reasons. I'm not anxious yet because it's not election time yet, but come November, I mean, unless the polls show Biden is ahead by, like fucking 50 points, right? Then I might feel, but even then I'm going to be nervous until it's actually official. You know what I mean?
I mean, if the polls show that, I'm going to be really nervous because something is off.
Yeah. I mean, but you know what I mean? Like if the poll, because the poll showed Hillary way ahead of Trump in 2016 and we all know what happened. So I'm always nervous until it's over, even if I have every reason to be optimistic. That's just the way it is. And, I mean, there's really nothing I can tell you that will, I am not someone who generally has problems with anxiety. I don't have anxiety disorders. Fortunately, I don't have to deal with any of that. But yes, of course I get anxious. Of course I'm on pins and needles. Of course I'm like, oh, God, I hate this. Like I just want this to be over.
It is what it is.
That's just the way it is.
Ghost Wheel, I think heart was the answer on a Wednesday Wordle. Like we played that one, didn't we?
That's yes, we did.
Yeah, we because we got it in one. On the live stream. And it was like, hey, that's okay. So we're done. Good night, everybody. So yeah. And 255AD, fortunately, I happen to know that you have access to the internet, so you can look it up. So I guess that's it. So next week we're watching Poirot again, right?
We are, and the Poirot episode we are watching next week is How Does Your Garden Grow? I'm going to take it by your facial expression that one does not jump immediately to mind for you.
It doesn't, but she does like her rhymes, doesn't she? Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids all in a row.
I was going to say, Hercule Poirot, how does your garden grow?
I'm disappointed in you, Steve, that you didn't get the reference, but that's okay. Now you know it.
I thought it was just like a nursery. I thought it was just like a nursery.
It is a nursery rhyme.
Well, then what is there to get? You just said a nursery rhyme. Okay, I recognize it.
That's where the title comes from.
Okay, I know. I get it. What do you want me to do?
I just
Hosanna! Hosanna!
All right. So, and let's also not forget that in addition, I mean, if you'd like, the links are there. You can donate to the library and or the food bank if you would like. And also don't forget, we also have charitylinks.page down in the description. And that has links to GoFundMe's and such, Venmos and things like that for friends of ours who could use some help financially. So if you have the capability and are so inclined, giving is a great thing to do.
Yes.
Helping people.
And before we go, I just want to acknowledge Caitlin in the chat. Before everyone goes, I want to say I finally managed to make a bass patch on my synth that I actually like. Feels good. Awesome. Congratulations.
Something else not to forget is if you are a patron or a channel member, to turn in your ask, because Steve is going to be back on this channel on Friday to answer whatever questions you may ask, as long as they are under 1,000 characters. And if you, like me, have not yet turned in your ask yet, you still got some time to do so. Think of something brilliant and scintillating and turn that sucker in on the Google form, and you got like all kinds of time.
If you want, as I often remind you, Dana, when you have not submitted a question and it's like that Friday, it's not a homework assignment. You don't have to do it. You don't, and if you can't think of a question, you don't need to feel
like that. I came here to have a good time. And I honestly
not to be personally attacked.
Personally attacked.
I apologize.
Ghost will, as it happens, Poirot is very fond of growing vegetables, specifically vegetable marrows, which I think are zucchini. Not really sure. Maybe it's, summer squash, the yellow ones. At any rate, yeah, that's what's coming up next.
That's it. All right. We'll see you next week for that. I'll see you Friday for Ask Away, and have a good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with us. Yes. Bye. Stay warm. Bye, everybody.